Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. No one would have thought that in the middle of a normal practice, one small movement from Jimin towards Jungkook would be the moment that made millions of fans suddenly fall silent, and their hearts immediately melted. There's a small moment in the world of K-pop that sometimes seems so simple, yet it can make millions of hearts flutter simultaneously. It's not because of spectacular choreography. It's not because of a grand stage or stunning visual effects. It's because of one small movement, one slow step, one sincere touch. And that's what happened in BTS's latest OT7 Dance Practice 2.0 rehearsal, when Jimin slowly approached and reached out to Jungkook, a moment that instantly made fans around the world smile, pause, and even melt with his warmth. The practice video initially looked like any other. The familiar studio space, the wooden floor gleaming under the lights, and the seven figures familiar to armies around the world. Nothing seemed different at first. They stood in formation, focused on their movements, and began dancing with the same energy they displayed for years. But amidst the solemnity of the rehearsal, something slowly emerged. Something not written in the choreography, but felt very real. As the music swelled and the movement intensified, the camera captured a small, unplanned moment. Jimin, with gentle but confident steps, moved slightly closer to Jungkook. No rush, no drama, just a natural movement, like someone instinctively wanting to be near someone they feel comfortable with. And within seconds, Jimin's hand reached out, as if to confirm something, or perhaps just to touch Jungkook in a caring way. To a casual observer, it might have seemed ordinary, but to fans who had followed their journey for years, it felt incredibly special. There was something about the way Jimin approached. There was something about Jungkook's expression at that moment. And there was something about the brief silence between them that felt more powerful than 1,000 words. Fans began talking about the moment almost immediately after the video was released. Social media was filled with short clips highlighting those moments. Many wrote that they had to rewatch the video multiple times just to make sure they were seeing things correctly. Others said that Jimin's movements felt incredibly gentle, as if conveying a deep sense of care. Some also said that Jungkook's reaction, a slight smile, made the moment even more heartwarming. Interestingly, the moment didn't last long, just a few seconds. But precisely because of that brevity, it felt so genuine. Not staged, not overdone, just a small interaction in the midst of a focused rehearsal. And perhaps that's what made it so touching for so many. Over the years, the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook has always been one of the most compelling dynamics in the group. They've often been seen supporting each other, looking out for each other, and understanding each other without needing many words. From trainee days to global superstars, they've gone through so much together. They've shared the stage, shared laughs, and even shared hardships. And all of that has formed a bond that feels incredibly strong. In this Dance Practice 2.0 rehearsal, that chemistry is once again evident in a very simple way. There's no dialogue, no dramatic scenes, just two people moving in harmony, as if they've become accustomed to reading each other's movements. When Jimin approaches, Jungkook doesn't seem surprised. Instead, he appears at ease, as if the moment is something natural between them. Many fans said the moment reminded them of BTS's early days, when the members often practiced together in a small room, striving to achieve their dreams. Back then, they weren't just colleagues but also family. And in this latest rehearsal, that feeling was rekindled. Some fans even called the moment a soft moment, a tender moment that showed the idol's humanity. Amidst the hectic schedules and immense pressures of the entertainment industry, seeing such a small, warm interaction felt especially meaningful. It reminded everyone that behind the grand stage and the spotlights, they were still human beings with genuine feelings and relationships. Fan reactions were varied. Some wrote that they were moved to tears. Others said they couldn't stop smiling every time they rewatched the clip. And still others expressed that the moment made them feel closer to BTS, as if they were witnessing something deeply personal.
Why Jimin don't like mango?
너 망고 안 좋아해?
I love mango. Next.
Interestingly, many fans began analyzing the minute details of the moment. They noticed Jimin's hand position, Jungkook's gaze, and even how the rhythm of their movements remains synchronized despite the spontaneous interaction. This analysis might seem excessive to some, but for loyal fans, every detail holds meaning. And perhaps that's the beauty of a fandom like ARMY. They not only enjoy the music and performances, but also appreciate the relationships and dynamics between the members. They notice the little things that others often miss, and when they find a moment that feels special, they celebrate it together. In a broader context, moments like this also demonstrate the power of togetherness. After more than a decade together, BTS still manages to display the same closeness as at the beginning of their journey. They still look out for each other, still support each other, and still give each other positive energy. As rehearsals continued and the music reached its climax, the 7 members refocused on the choreography. Their movements became faster, stronger, and more energetic. But for many fans, the most memorable moment remains the brief moment when Jimin reached out and reached for Jungkook. A small moment that feels so big. And perhaps that's what makes this Dance Practice 2.0 video so special. It's not just the immaculate choreography or the perfect synchronization, but the genuine human interaction. An interaction that's unplanned, but that feels most real. As time went on, the clip continued to circulate on various social media platforms. Views grew rapidly, comments continued to grow, and every day more and more people discovered the moment for the first time. They watched it, felt it, and then shared it with others. Some fans even said that the moment brought them a sense of comfort amidst the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Seeing this simple, warm interaction made them feel calmer. It was as if there was a hidden message that genuine connections still exist, even in a stressful world. And ultimately, perhaps that's why small moments like this can go viral. Because behind all the success and popularity, what touches the heart most is honest emotion. A light touch, a step closer, a brief smile. When the practice video ended and the screen slowly went dark, many fans were still sitting in front of their screens, thinking about that moment. They may not be able to put into words why that moment felt so special, but they know one thing for sure: it filled them with warmth. And in a world that often moves so fast, small moments of warmth like that are truly precious. Because sometimes, all it takes to make millions of hearts melt is just one small step toward someone we trust. And perhaps that's why a small moment like this feels so big to so many. It's not because the moves are perfect, or because the choreography is amazing, but because there's such sincerity in it. As Jimin slowly approaches and reaches out to Jungkook, we're all reminded that a warm relationship doesn't always have to be expressed in words. Sometimes, just one small step is enough to soothe the heart. For armies around the world, seeing simple interactions like this is not only delightful, but also heartwarming. It's a reminder that behind the grand stage and busy schedules, they still care for each other. They remain a family growing together, learning together, and supporting each other every step of their journey. And perhaps that's why we keep watching, keep replaying, and keep falling in love with little moments like this. Because there's honesty, there's care, and there's a real sense of togetherness. A feeling that can't be faked, and it can't be faked. If you felt the same way when you saw this moment, if you smiled unconsciously when Jimin leaned in toward Jungkook, then you're not alone. Millions of armies around the world felt the same way today. Thank you for watching until the end and being a part of this love-filled journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any more heartwarming moments from them. And let us know in the comments which part of this practice melted your heart the most. See you in the next video. Keep supporting, keep believing, and keep loving them, because their story continues.